त्राक्षं पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनं वासुदेवं जगद्योनिं नौमि नारायणं हरिं नौमि नारायणं हरिम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वेदपुरुषाय श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। So today is a very auspicious day when both things have been clubbed, Naraka Chaturdasi and Amavasya, and a very auspicious day for this Sri Kurodhi Nama Samvatsaram. Varshe Varshe Kartavya Etad Varsha Prayukta Deepavali Mahotsavaha. It is because it is the boon given for the Narakasura, also Bali Chakravarti, one in the Krishna Avatara, and another is the Bali Vamana Avatara by Mahavishnu, because among avatars, well, Mahavishnu has only like this Shamtakaram Bhujagasayanam. He is simply ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ತುಂಬ ಶಾಂತವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾನೆ. ಪಾಪ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಸಮುದ್ರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. She has got lot of plans, executions, problems, solutions. Well, so Narayana is a admixture of many things. And what is that many things? Is a Gnana. That's why Narayana means he is always dwelling in knowledge, dwelling in Vijnanam, Gnana Vijnana Yoga. And Narayana is also taken to be the Purushottama. So he is a Purushottama Yoga. That is Manavendrudaina Ramachandrudu and Maryada Rama. So many things are there because unless you are worker, unless it is advantageous, you will not get hold of any kind of fame and name and paropakaram. See, paropakaraya idam shariram has been told that if at all God has given us the body, mind, spirit, everything, it is not only for personal egoistic use. You must be of your use to you and to others. That's why Mahidhara, a great commentary of the Yajurveda, tells why at all he is writing commentary. Why at all he is doing that? He is a Kashmirian. He says, Nijetkshanaya Paropakaraya cha anta. So Nijetshana andre ನೀವು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. You must know yourself. And at the same time, whatever you know, that you should be able to share to others. That's why Taittiriya Upanishad says, Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. So every time, however it is, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಾಧ್ಯಾಯ and pravachana. So whatever you learned, you try to share to others because they have no opportunity to learn that. It is all different. Therefore, it is always advantageous for people to have the life other than his to share with. ನಮ್ಮ friend ಒಬ್ಬರು ಜಯಂತ್ ಜೋಶಿ ಅಂತ, he was a editor in the dictionary department, Deccan College, Pune. I remember, I don't know what about him. He was my colleague and friend and all that. So when I went to Deccan College to just visit the dictionary department, which was taking place, they are preparing the dictionary. I don't know how far it has come now. On historical basis, Sanskrit English dictionary and with all references, etc. So they started from Akara, Ikara, Ukara and all the alphabets. So ಆವಾಗ ಅಕಾರ ಇಕಾರ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಬಂದು ಏನಪ್ಪ you're all very, she just complimented the professors and lecturers and pravachanakaras and all that. See, we are just with large number of knowledge and books and books and books. Thereby, we are sitting in the dictionary department as research clerks. That is, we are all doing research. But that is one thing. And he said, you are sharing your knowledge with life, with people. And that is a great advantage too. So, Atmekshanaya, Nijekshanaya, Paropakaraya cha. So today is a very auspicious day, Deepavali, and people are all engaged in celebrating the death of these two fellows, Rakshasa Rajas, Chakravartis, and one by sound and another by worship. Because Narakasura has made a prayer to Krishna and Satyabhama because the Lokakantaka myself being done with. So I want this particular Amavas, Chaturdashi and Amavasya, dark night, no, it should be full of illumination and also at the same time lot of sound. That's why ಪಟಾಕಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇವಾಗ because the sounds make announcement of the happiness and jubilee that a highly powerful Taran for the land and people and also Swargastha is removed and therefore they remember Krishna. Krishna is Vande Krishnam Satyabhama Sametam Krishnam Vande. So Rukmini Satyabhama Sameta Sri Venugopala Krishna Swamine Namaha. So Naraka Chaturdasi is that Narakasura is being done with. And Dupavali Amavasya, because the entire Amavasya will be lit with light. Moreover, we have got 365 days and divided into so many months. Every month we get Amavasya and Purnima put together will be a 1 month. So that way in a year 12 months are there. So 12 Purnimas and 12 Amavasyas. So among 12 Purnimas we have got 4 Purnimas very important. Magha Suddha Purnima, Ashada Suddha Purnima, and then Asvija Suddha Purnima, and so Marga Sirsha. So these are all the 4 or 5 Purnimas when we have got a great regard and worship and Abhishekam and all that done for Lord Rudra. Rudraya Tanvane Namaha. Rudra is always keeping his bow ready. Is a Prathamo Daivyo Bhishaku. Andre diagnostic ಎಲ್ಲ ರುದ್ರನಿಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತು. And Rudra is Rama, because Rama is Rudra, Rudra is Rama, Rudra is Veda Purusha, and therefore, but on Amavasya, we have also again Rudra. We have the first of all our festivals begin from Bhiman Amavasya, Ashada ದಿವಸ ಅಭಿಮನ ಅಮಾವಾಸ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. And there is also Agni Chayana and Agni, all that. And on that day, all the unmarried girls will make worship to their respective husbands, to forthcoming husbands. And we expecting good husbands to come to them in life, because the woman's life depends upon the kind of husband that she gets. And she may be good, but her interests and emotions, etc., have got to be honored. Therefore, we have such a beautiful time, Amavasya, Allinda Shuragatte nama festivals. We have got next Amavasya we remember is the Deepavali Amavasya. One Amavasya festivals begin, and another Amavasya festivals get concluded. That is what we call celebration of these Rakshasas' death, and it's a jubilee and celebration. Therefore, the entire night is full of sounds and crackers and illumination. And next Amavasya is just before a day, is called, and before that we have got Mahalaya Amavasya, and after Mahalaya Amavasya, Deepavali Amavasya, or Kartikam, and next one, last one is the Mahasivaratri. So Sivaratri, amongst we have got also 12 Ratris. Among 12 Ratris, we have got the most important Sivaratri, which is going by name Mahan. So where Lord Rudra has his readiness to accept the kind of worship which all people do it. So that's what we call Mahasivaratri. After Deepavali Amavasya, we are going towards the Mahasivaratri. So Amavasya and Sivaratri both are very important. And again, so thereby the termination of the month is called Amavasya. So every month gets terminated, and after two Amavasyas also, the season also changes. After 12 Amavasya Purnimas, then the year changes. The cycle of time is very interesting. That's why who is that who is making all this time to keep revolving? Kala Chakra Pranetaram Suryanarayanam Bhaje. So Kala Chakra Praneta, not only Surya Bhagavan is moving, but he is having behind him the Kala Chakra. Look at it. How big is the Chakram? And he is standing. And Anur is moving the chariot with high speed. And his chariot has got only one wheel and but seven horses. So eka chakram ekadhuram vatadраಜಿಗತಂ vibho narishyati navyathate om namo bhagavate suryanarayanaya. So that is how it's all ಕಾಲಚಕ್ರ ಪ್ರಣೇತಾರಂ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಈ
Yes,
ತರಹ
Guruji.
ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು
Hmm.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ, we have also so much of achievement. Year by year there is a change in us, whether positive or negative, we go through. So what we had, we lose. What we don't have, we gain. So gain and loss. With this, the life goes. Chakrara panktirivagachati bhagya pankti. Kalidasa says, bhagya also is a wheel, like time wheel. And so chakra pankti, ara means the spokes. As the spokes in
Hmm.
a wheel reach down and up and middle and all that, even our bhagya also means ಆರೋಗ್ಯಂ. ನಮ್ಮ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಸಂದೇಶವಾಗಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಮುದುಕರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಏನಪ್ಪ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಇರುವಾಗ ಇರೋ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವಾಗಿರುವಾಗ ಇನ್ನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಜರ ಅನ್ನೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದೊಂದು ಭಯ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯ ಸೇಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಆಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಜನ್ಮ ಜರಾ ಮೃತ್ಯುಹಾರಿಣ್ಯೈ ನಮೋ ನಮಃ. ಸೊ ಜನ್ಮ ಅಂಡ್ ಜರ, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಟೂ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಜನ್ಮ ದುಃಖಂ, ಜರ ದುಃಖಂ, ದುಃಖಂ ದುಃಖಮೇವಚ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ದುಃಖಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಪಾರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಓವರ್. ಅಂದರೆ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್, ಟು go to turn to our Vedas, to turn our gods, to turn to spirituality, to live a saintly life, and to also honor the religiosity of all souls. That's why I don't know. I picked up the theme this time. We picked up the theme this time for our Kendra annual day. The, the saints, religionists, and spiritualists. There are people who simply remain silent, saints. They never perform any sandhya vandanam or anything like that. They are sadhujanas. Their style is altogether different. But religionists are there, like our Purohits and all people. They spend lot of time, whole day, all days in our Hindu calendar are very sacred. That's why Manasollasa, written by Somadeva long back, a critical edition has been brought out by the MS Baroda University Oriental Institute. So there we know Tadeva Lagnam Sudinam Tarabalam Chandrabalam Tadeva Vishno Angripadam Angriyugmam Smarami ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ತದೇವ ಲಗ್ನಂ ತದೇವ ತಾರಾಬಲಂ ಚಂದ್ರಬಲಂ, ಅದೇ ಲಗ್ನ, ಅದೇ ತಾರಾಬಲ, ಅದೇ ಚಂದ್ರಬಲ. ಯಾವುದು? ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ, ಎವ್ರಿ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್. ನಾವೇನೋ ಮುಹೂರ್ತ ಅಂತ ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವ ಕ್ಯಾಲೆಂಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ, ಎವ್ರಿ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೀಂಗ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಅವರ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೀಟ್ಸ್. Heart never rests. You may go to sleep, but heart will not go to sleep. You may go to sleep, but the inhale and exhale does not go to sleep. So, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ there are constancy of the functions in our body that you are being pushed to the end of the span of life granted by Paramatma. Therefore, we are all going through all this Janma, Jara, and in meanwhile celebrations. ಸೊ ಮುದುಕರಿಗೆ ಇವಾಗಿನ ದೀಪಾವಳಿ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ celebration that they did when they are young. But they have their children, grandchildren. When they are enthusiastically doing the job, you are only adhyaksha. Tasmat tvam adhyaksho bhava ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. You are only a supervisory eye. And see, in those days, I remember when Deepavali comes, we used to buy all these crackers and all that 15 days before in India. And we used to make them exposed to sun because the sounds must perfect. There should not be any kind of dampness. Therefore, in order to, whatever dampness is there in Pataki, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಒಣಗಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ದೀಪಾವಳಿ ದಿವಸಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 3 ದಿವಸ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅಮ್ಮೋ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಷನ್. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಟಪ್ ಟಪ್. ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಫ್ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಬಂದಿದ ಮೇಲೆ 500 ಫ್ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್
ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇ ಆಗಿದೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇವತ್ತು.
And enjoy the sounds and illumination in the nature. So ಇದರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. what is in America is also practicing in India also. Don't burn crackers and buddhis and all that inside the house. So ಈ ತರಹ ಆಗಿದೆ. It's all because of the changes. Kalachakram, we cannot do it. And therefore, these 3 days, some American lady who came to clean our house, she asked, how long you celebrate this Deepavali? I also, the moment she entered, she said, Happy Deepavali, but she doesn't know anything about it. They're all Mexicans. So I told, 3 days, the celebration. So it was a blunder, and I had to explain what is that all. So this 3 days Jubilee, one is Narakasura Vadha, another is the Amavasya Deepavali and line, and next day Balipadimi, where Balchakravarti will come up. Actually, Balchakravarti, when he was being pushed down by Vamana, he asked last wish, Swami Narayana. Actually, Balichakravarti is really great. He has not obeyed his Guru's word, Sukracharya. Though Sukracharya cautioned him, Aya, this Vatu who came is not ordinary fellow, he is Sakshat Mahavishnu to devastate and to pull you down. Then Balichakravarti said, no, I gave word. It's a Brahmana Kumara. If at all it is Mahavishnu, no matter. See, because Mahavishnu is the Lord of Mahalakshmi. And he holds the hand. ಅಂತ ಕೈ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬಂದು ಅವ್ರ ಕೈ ಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಕೈ ಇಟ್ಟು ದಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, ವಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಪ್ರಕಟ ವ್ರತಾಯ ಭವತೆ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಸ್ವರೂಪಾಯ ದಾಸ್ಯಾಮಿ ದುಭ್ಯಮಟಂಸು ಕ್ರಿಯಾ ಕ್ಷಿಪ್ರುಂಡೈದನುಜೇಶ್ವರುಂಡು అని ಓದನ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ಸ್. ಆ ದಾನ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕೂಡ ತೆಲುಗಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಭಾಗವತಂ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನವ್ರು. He has to use Sanskrit mantram when he is doing the dana. That is the gaurava given for our Deva Bhasha, Girvana Bhasha. So Girvana Bhashavannu ನಾವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋರು ನಾಟ್ ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಟೆಡ್. ಇವರು ದೀಪಂ ದರ್ಶಯಾಮಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೆಂಕಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಧೂಪಮಾಘ್ರಾಪಯಾಮಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೊಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನೋ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ಸ್, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಆ ಶುಕ್ರಾಚಾರ್ಯರ ಗುರುಗಳ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕೇಳದೆ ತನ್ನ ಮಾತು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ವಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಪ್ರಕಟವ್ರತಾಯ ಭವತೆ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಸ್ವರೂಪಾಯ ದಾಸ್ಯಾಮಿ ತುಭ್ಯಂ. ಸೊ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ವೇದ ಮಂತ್ರವನ್ನು ಉಚ್ಚಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿ ದಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವ್ರು ದಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ವರ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಅಯ್ಯ ನೀನು ನನಗೆ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಈ ಭೂಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, ವಿಷ್ಣು ವಾಮನಾವತಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಓಕೆ ಬಾಬು, ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ದಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆದರೂ ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಇರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ನಿನಗೆ. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಯರ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದೀಪಾವಳಿ ಅಮಾವಾಸ್ಯ, on Padhyami day of the Kartika Masam beginning, the first day of Kartika, please come up. And ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಈ ಹಸುವಿನ ಪೇಡದಿಂದ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಕೋಟ, ಬಲಿಕೋಟ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿ ಮನೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ರಂಗೋಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಬಲಿಕೋಟ ಅಂತ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಫೋರ್ಟ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಗುಮ್ಮಡಿ ಪೂಲು ಪಂಪ್ಕಿನ್ ಫ್ಲವರ್ಸನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಅಮ್ಮೋ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಯಂಗ್ ಡೇಸ್ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ವೆನ್ ಯು ವಾಕ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಸ್ where houses are there, people used to do this gobbemmalu and put one flower of the pumpkin, and then look at imagine the street, entire street is carpeted, entire street is very beautiful, especially in Andhra Pradesh during the Sankranti time also. When you go, then you'll see so many rangolis of different ways. So that is what we see in our Bharat, a great celebration, and that celebration is a matter of great enthusiasm. Therefore, ಈ 3 ದಿವಸ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ 3 days. So today I know that there cannot be more people attending the Yajurveda class because they're all busy with their kids and grandkids and crackers and all that and enjoying the sweets. But still, I just thought of having a class today because this is an auspicious day when we can pay our respects to the Taittiriya Samhita, I mean the Yajurveda Purusha, who is really great. Actually, in the October issue, we have in the Vedanath Sarit, we have got the Veda Purushas, 4 Veda Purushaಗಳು, ಅವ್ರಿಗಿರೋ ಸ್ವರೂಪ, ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನಾ ಶ್ಲೋಕ, and ಯಜುರ್ವೇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಕುಲಿಸಹಸ್ತಾಯ and Ajasyaya, Yajurveda Purushaya Namaha anta, because today is Yajurveda time for us. So Ajasyaya, Aja is the goat and Kulisa is the Vajrayudha and Akshamala and all these things. So ಈ ಎರಡು ತುಂಬ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆಂಟ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರು ಯಜ್ಞ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ they are invincible, they accomplish whatever they want. That's why we make a prayer, ಯಜ್ಞಂ ಗಚ್ಚ ಸ್ವಾಹ ಯಜ್ಞಪತಿಂ ಗಚ್ಚ ಸ್ವಾಹ. ಸೊ ಈ ಯಜ್ಞ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ, ಯಜ್ಞ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪೂಜಾ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಅಂಥ ಯಜ್ಞ ಪುರುಷನಾಗಿರುವ ಮಹಾವಿಷ್ಣು ಸ್ಮರಣೆ, ಇದರ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣಾವತಾರ ಆರ್ ವಾಮನಾವತಾರ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಅವತಾರ. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅವತಾರ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 52 ಅವತಾರಸ್ ಅಕೌಂಟೆಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂಶಾವತಾರಗಳು ವಿಷ್ಣುವುದು. ಬಟ್ ಶಿವನಿಗೆ ಅವತಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಅಂಶಾವತಾರ ಆಫ್ ಶಿವ. ಶಿವನಿಗೆ ಅವತಾರ ಗ್ರಹಚಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ವಿಷ್ಣುವು ಮಾತ್ರ ವಿಷ್ಣುರ್ಯೇನ ದಶಾವತಾರ ಗಹನೆ ಕ್ಷಿಪ್ತೋ ಮಹಾಸಂಕಟೇ, ಅದೇ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಏನ ಕುಲಾಲವನ್ಯಮಿದೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾಂಡ ಭಾಂಡೋದರೇ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಭರ್ತರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ. ಈ 3 ಜನರಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ 3 ಮೂರ್ತೀಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಎನಿ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಲೀಫ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಈಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸಿ in creating, in giving birth for X, Y, Z and all. The world is going on. Srishti, Sthiti and Laya. ಈ 3 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಲಿಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Because every day, in fact, in Bangalore bus station, KSRTC bus station, at one time, several years back, there was a digital clock indicating the number of child births. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ಆ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಎನಿವೆ, ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಯು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಯ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಯಜುರ್ವೇದ ಪರ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕುಲಿಸಹಸ್ತಾಯ ಅಂತ ಐ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಟು ಯು. ಕುಲಿಸ ಅಂದರೆ ವಜ್ರಾಯುಧ. You know, Vajrayudha has no failure at all. In fact, Indra was every time got defeated by that Vritrasura, and so he got fed up, fighting repeatedly with Vritrasura and getting himself harmed, hurt, and the other gods being given, because Vritra is an enveloper, pervasive. He used to envelop all the clouds and see that drought happens on land. When people die, they used to enjoy the people. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ವೃತ್ರಾಸುರ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಟಫೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡೆಮನ್. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಏನಾಯಿತು, ನಾರಾಯಣ ಗೇವ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೆವರಲ್ ವರ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ದಟ್ ಕುಲಿಸ ಆಯುಧ Kulisahastaya, or Swadhiti also is called. And Swadhiti is Ayudha, Pitamaha, or the father of all Ayudhas is Swadhiti or Kulisa. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಯಾವಾಗ in Yajurveda Diksha, when the razor is being put on the beard cleaning by the barber, and there the mantra is ಸ್ವಧಿತಿರ್ತೆ ಪಿತಾ ಅಂತ ಮಂತ್ರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಸೋಮಯಾಗದಲ್ಲೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಯ್ಯ ಓ ರೇಸರ್ ಕ್ಷುರ ನಿಂದ ಬರೋದೇ ಕ್ಷೌರ ಅಂತ. ಕ್ಷುರ ಅಂದರೆ ದಿ ಬಿಯರ್ಡ್ ರಿಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ನೈಫ್. ಕ್ಷುರದಿಂದ ಕ್ಷೌರ. ಕ್ಷೌರಂ ಅಂದರೆ ವೇರ್ ದೆರ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಯೋಗ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಷುರ ಆರ್ ದ ಬ್ಲೇಡ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಕತ್ತಿ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ನಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಇಟ್. ನವೇಡೇಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಬಿಕಮಿಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಈಸಿ, ಬಟ್ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಷುರ in order to remove the hair, either in the head or that. Even today, in olden days, the barbers never used these razors, English razors or otherwise, but they used to always use. That's why a barber is called in Sanskrit as Napita. Na pita, Napita. That is, he is a father indeed. Therefore, even Maharajas, Chakravartis, have to bend their head before a barber because he's a father. Before father and mother, everybody has to bend down. That's why there are three people who are eligible to touch your hair: one, mother, father, and barber. Sometimes you get irritated even if your spouse were to touch your hair. But these three fellows are exceptionally accepted to. That's why, in fact, in Mahabharata, that Drona's son Aswathama became highly ferocious, highly disturbed, because Drishtadyumna, the brother of Draupadi, when occasion came, he jumped. When Dharmaraja said, Aswathama hata kunjara down in low tone, and Aswathama hataha in high tone. Then when he knew, when Dronacharya heard that his son was killed in the battle, instantaneously he lost balance and he just left off his. Just at that juncture, this Drupada jumped into the chariot of Drona, held him by hair and cut off his throat. And that is the end of Dronacharya. And when Aswathama, though living, came to note that Dharmaraja said like that, and also this Drishtadyumna did like that, his anger was so impossible to him. The same night, he killed the Upapandavas, small babies, the Draupadi's children. Upapandavas were there killed out. So look at it, Mahabharata is it. So I'm going all these things because today happened to be a very interesting festival, which is celebrated as a Mahalakshmi Puja also, Deepa Lakshmi. Deepa Lakshmi Anugraha should be there. So for Marwadis and business people, this particular Deepavali Amavasya is the beginning of the year. Therefore, they celebrate, the business people, Marwadis and all that, they celebrate it more with pomp and luxury and worship Mahalakshmi and all that. So we should know that why at all people are making such sounds and burning crackers and making sounds and eating sweets and Deepavali sweets. And if you see, if you go to North India, the shops will be fully. There are hundreds of sweet shops they would have prepared in Bengal and North. So many sweets and sweets, a variety of sweets. And in fact, when I visited these places on these days, I could unimaginably, we don't know so many sweets in South. Nowadays, probably must have. But Namgela Gottirodu Holige, Obbattu, etc., that they prepare now. So with this kind of introduction to our Deepavali, where the Balchakravarti will come the next day and examine and see that oh, this is how my land, because Bali Chakravarti is original Bhupati, and that Bhu was lost for Vishnu or anybody. So again, Vishnu got back. In fact, when in Varaha Avataram, in Vamana Avataram, etc., especially in Varaha Avataram of Vishnu, when Bhu Uddharana took place, so Prithvi Uddharana took place by Varaha Murti, then that Bhudevi asked, marry me. And that's why from Varaha Avataram, Bhudevi is the consort for that. That's why we are, even today when you go to Tirupati and you look at the Venkatramana Swami, the Purohit will first show light to the Bhudevi, Sri Devi. Sri Devi is later Grihastha, and Bhudevi is original. That is the profession, business, and lordship. So he's a Bhupati and Lakshmipati, Mahavishnu. So him we celebrate. Varaha ಅವತಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಭೂದೇವಿಯನ್ನು ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಇವನ್ ಟುಡೇ ವಿಷಯ ತುಳಸಿ ಪೂಜಾ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದ ತುಳಸಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್, ತುಳಸಿ ದೇವಿ ಈಸ್ ಲೈವ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಇನ್ ವೃಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಂ. And so Tirkan, and especially on 12th day, we bring that Nellikai branch and keep it before Vrindavan, before Tulasamma, put Deepam and make. That's what the 12th day after Deepavali Amavasya, it is called as Utthana Dwadasi, Tirkana Dwadasi ಅಂತ ಎರಡು ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಉತ್ಥಾನ ದ್ವಾದಶಿ ಅಂದರೆ ದ್ವಾದಶಿ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ ವಿಷ್ಣು. And on the Dwadasi day also I am born. So Dwadasi Devasa Satyanarayatam ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, Vishnu Puja ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, and all that. So it's a 12th day. And on this 12th day, after Deepavali Amavasya, Kartika Suddha, they all make Tulsi Puja, Deepa Puja, and that Nellikai Puja, that's what Neralekai, ಅದರ ಪೂಜಾ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ಅರ್ಥನು ದೀಪಾವಳಿ ಅಮಾವಾಸ್ಯೆ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಆನ್ 12th day ಆನ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್, ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೆರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಇಯರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ದಿ essence or sara and phala from the plants and from vegetables and leaves and the ಮೂಲಿಕಾಸ್ or the herbs ಎಲ್ಲ ತಗೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಆರೋಗ್ಯವನ್ನು ವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಶರೀರವನ್ನು ವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೆನಿ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ಡ್ whole year. Therefore, we have to show our gratitude to all the vrikshas. Namo vrikshebhyo harikesebhyah namastaraya namas shambhave cha mayo bhave cha namas shankaraya cha mayaskaraya cha namas shivaya ಶಿವತರಾಯ ಚ. ಅವಾಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ವೃಕ್ಷೇಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೃಕ್ಷ? ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ರುದ್ರ ಈಸ್ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ವೃಕ್ಷ ಫಾರಮ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವೃಕ್ಷ ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ ಅಂತ. ಆಯುರ್ವೇದಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ವೃಕ್ಷ ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಸ್, PhDs in that. So they are able to tell you so much about the benefits that trees will give. So we make acknowledgement and gratitude to all the plants, herbs and all that, because ಈ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. And the forthcoming years also we are going to use the vegetables and leaves and all that. So our arogya bhagya should be enhanced, maintained, sustained, and we should have a comfortable, easy, happy, prosperous time from Deepavali Amavasya, I mean from that Utthana Dwadasi and all that. So when you talk about the importance of the Hindu festivals, which is being described in the Somadeva's Manasollasa and elsewhere, and we have also got a beautiful book released by Dr. Shashi Tiwari also. She wrote on the festivals of India, and we saw that book when we visited the international conference at Orlando in September, and festivals of India and the significance, how the festivals arise, what people have got to do, and what benefits the people are going to derive, all that. So here Yajurveda Purusha is a Kulisa Hasta, And that Kulisa is being designed, manufactured, employed for the sake of Indra. And one version is that Kulisa Vajrayuda is the bone of Dadhichi Maharshi. He is a tapasvi par excellence, no beating. So they all went to Dadhichi Maharshi. In those days, in Kruta, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yuga. ಆ ಕೃತಯುಗದಲ್ಲಿ tapasvi jana or anybody used to breathe life as long as their bones remained intact. ಅಸ್ಥಿಗತಾಹ ಪ್ರಾಣಾಹ ಪ್ರಾಣಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಬೋನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. As long as their bones, the skeleton was intact, they used to be living. And then when as long the Tretayam Rudiramashitaha, Treta Yugadalli, blood until the last drop of the blood remained in the body, they used to remain. And in Dwapara Yuga, I think the Mamsa, no, sorry, the Treta Yugadalli Mamsa Masritaha, and Mamsa bodyalli irodanaka, flesh, the body, the people used to live. And in Dwapara Yuga, Rakta irodanaka ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. So that's why Rakta Bija Samhara took place. You will imagine in Durga Sapsati. But Rakta Konedanaka Irodanaka blood. That's why there was that Mahakali. She tried to suck the blood falling on the ground to prevent the another kind of that kind of Rakta Bija Asura strength, men born Rakshasas. So that is what Rakta Asritaha. But unfortunately, in this Kali Yuga, we have got Annamas, Kalau, Annamasritaha Pranaha. You ಊಟ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ flat on the bed, then disappear. So ಅನ್ನದವರೆ ಈ ಕಲಿಯುಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಪ್ರಾಣ ನಿಂತಿದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇವತೆಗಳು ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ದಧೀಚಿ ಮಹರ್ಷಿಯ ಒಂದು ಬೋನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದರಿಂದ ವಜ್ರಾಯುಧ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ದಧೀಚಿ ಮಹರ್ಷಿಯ ತಪೋಬಲದಿಂದ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿರುವ ಆ ಬೋನಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿರುವ ಆ ಕುಲಿಸದಿಂದ ಕುಲಿಸ ಪ್ರಯೋಗದಿಂದ ವೃತ್ರಾಸುರ ವಾಸ್ ಡನ್ ವಿತ್. And there is one more version that the foam or the surf of the ocean is being solidified, and from that the Vajrayudha is being prepared. That's Kulisadha. So Kulisahastaya Yajurveda Purushaya Namaha. So I have the opportunity today to explain to you how the Yajurveda is of advantage to all people. Even Rama is supposed to be Yajurveda Vinitaha. And Valmiki says, what is the advantage of all these three Vedas? Non-Rugveda Vinitasya, na Yajurveda Dharinaha, na Samaveda Vidushaha Sikyamevam Prabhashitam. Rama tells Lakshmana, looking at the Hanuman's speech and Hanuman's behavior and Hanuman's way out, said, Naina, this Hanuman is one who is expert in Rigveda, Yajurveda and Samaveda. Rigveda teaches you politeness. Yajurveda teaches you dharana shakti, dhairyam. Yajurveda gives you dhairyam. Because when once yajna is behind you, then Vishnu is behind you. There is no problem at all. You will win the war, or you will win your work. Then Samaveda is Gnanam. Because to utter a Saman with 7 swaras is not easy. That's why whenever you look to Samaveda text, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 like that numbers put up to 7. So, for example, Gayatri mantra to say 2.3 seconds. But ಅದೇ ಗಾಯತ್ರಿ ಸಾಮ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 25 minutes ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So Yajurveda, Samaveda people do Sandhya Vandanam with us. So that's why ಈ ಸರ್ಫಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು Yajurveda, and Yajurveda ಧೈರ್ಯ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. Rama is a Yajurveda Purusha. And that means he is a worker. He is a Kodandarama. Of all the Ramas, Kodandarama is honored, respected. And that's why we say Ramaya, Ramabhadraya, Ramachandraya, Vedhase, Raghunathaya, Nathaya, Sitaya, Pataye Namahanta. Names, 7 or 8 names of Rama. Is the Veda Purusha, we remember, because he is the Kodanda, is the Kulisa. If Kodanda, he were to use it, no, but once the banam or the arrow fixed in the Kodanda, no, it cannot go a waste. So That's why we should not irritate Rama. Supposing Kopamavishya Ramaha, Kopam Jagama Ramaha, Kopena Ramaha. So on a state bandre, it is very difficult to cow down the anger. That's what Sita Devi also tells. Don't make Rama's Banam and Dhanus to work on you. Don't make Rama angry. Just you return to me apologizing before Rama and don't take enmity. She advised Ravanasura in 100 words in Sundarakanda when Ravana came and proposed. So you imagine the Ramabana and Ramabana is unfailing. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಂದ್ರ ಕುಲಿಸ ವಜ್ರಾಯುಧ unfailing. And like that, Brahmastra unfailing. Even Hanuman also, when he was employed Brahmastram by Indrajit, and he knew the Varam. He is a great friend of Brahmadeva, Hanuman. But he's a guru to me. I should at least temporarily honor the astra of Brahma. So he just pretended to have been bound by the Brahmastra, and Indrajit was very happy temporarily. But later on, the Brahmastra ropes got automatically unfettered and removed. Then he became independent, and then they all Rakshasas tied him together with other things. Then you imagine Indrajit was so much unhappy. He went on cursing himself that he was a big stupid in spite of so much of that. That's why he actually has reserved that Brahmastram for very serious things. ಜುಹುರಾಣ ಮೇನಃ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವ ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದ ಮಂತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ. ಜುಹುರಾಣ ಮೇನಃ ಅಂದರೆ highly most emergent serious sin which cannot order. That's what people say, and a doctor will say life-saving drug anta. Tumba expensive. Unless unless it's last straw on the camel's back ಆದರೆ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಈ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಡ್ರಗ್ ಒಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನೋಡೋಣ ವೆದರ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಪೋನ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಪೈನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೆತ್ ಅಂತ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಡ್ರಗ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ತರಹ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಈವನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕರ್ಣ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅಸ್ತ್ರ ಗಿವನ್ ಬೈ ಇಂದ್ರ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಸೋ ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವ್ಡ್, ಹಿ ನೆವರ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಡ್ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅಸ್ತ್ರ to anyone in spite of. But when Duryodhana came, ಅಯ್ಯ ಈ ಘಟೋತ್ಕಚ ಇದಾನಲ್ಲ, this fellow has become impossible. All our Kaurav Sainyam will be no time flat. And therefore you employ. Then Karna was very sincere and obedient to Duryodhana because he gave him the land and made him a king. So when Duryodhana came and besieged him, you employ the Shakti Astra. Well, with the Shakti Astra, Ghatotkacha, the son of Bhima, done. It's again a Krishna's plan. Because Ghatotkacha, if he outlived the war, he would be, after all, is a demon, Tataki's son. So he would be also problem requiring Mahavishnu to take avatara to kill him. So in Krishna avatara, he is such a diplomatic person. I know, talking about Krishna, we come back to Deepavali. He is such a diplomat. He is such a cheater. He is such a kalla, etc., that he finished all people with the pretext of Mahabharata war. Even the son of Arjuna, Abhimanyu, will also be a problem later on. So even Abhimanyu was also done. Though Arjuna was such a close sakha, such a close friend, 24 hours he was with him. But he is not compassionate to Arjuna. He gave Putra Shoka to Arjuna. He gave Putra Shoka to Bhima. And he gave also, by killing Jarasandha, he has also done a lot of Lokashanti and Dharma Uddharana. So if you just, even Sisupala also. So these are all the great, Vajra, his brother. And all these people are highly detrimental people, adharmic, and if they outlive the Mahabharata war or any Kalyanam. So in Rukmini Kalyanam time, you observe that Sasipala being done with. Tomorrow on 17th, Narayaniyam program is there. Our Dumlur Mami and our group of people will be reciting. There you have got the Rukmini Kalyanam also being recited from Guruvayur Krishna's Narayaniyam. You watch for 17th Sunday at 7 o'clock, the program begins, and flyer will reach you in our WhatsApp group and all that. So ಏನಂದರೆ ಆ ರುಕ್ಮಿಣಿ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಒಂದು and ಶಿಶುಪಾಲ ಮರಣಂ ರುಕ್ಮಿಣಿ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಂ. Look at it. Unless it is something like a seesaw ata, unless one is down, the other fellow will not be up. So in that manner, you have all these things. So I think this is enough introduction to our Krishna, Arjuna, Bhima, and Bali Chakravarti. We remember all these avatars. And Varaha avataram. That's why Varaha, Veera, Varaha, Lakshmi, Nrsimha, and the temple is there. So another thing is that in Varaha Swami, Varaha Lakshmi Nrsimha Swami in Simhachalam, all achalas, that Simhachalam near Vaisakapatnam is very important. When I visited long in 1970s, that time the temple, the area around was completely different. It's a mountain. Actually, Narasimha Swami and Subramanya Swami, they always make their residence in the mountains. So, for example, in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, there is wonderful Subramanya Swami, Murugan's temple. And there are more than 300 steps to climb up the hill to have darshan of Subramanya. But generally all people shun to go up 300 steps to up and 300 steps down. But that's a very powerful Murugan temple in Malaysia. And of course, we have got several, 4, 5 important Murugan temples. They're all in mountains, Palani and all that. So, iveಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, there are mountain gods. They want to live in mountain. But on contrast, Shiva is also another god who wants to be always wherever Ganga flows. It's a boon given to Ganga Devi, that Ganga Devi said, I don't get out of your kaparda, listening to Bhagirath's prayer and your wish, unless you agree wherever I flow as a Jivanadi, you should be present. That's why all through the lineage of the, flow of Ganga river, you got Shiva temples. You got in Ganga river in Vishweswara Lingam, Vishweswara in Kasi, and in Haridwar also you have got a big statue of Shiva. Even Ganga is so fast. It is very wonderful. That Ganga river, who is so running fast in Haridwar, she becomes quite calm and quiet and comfortable in Kasi, because Vishweswara is there and she is allowing any and everybody to take happy dip and get rid of their hundreds of sins. So Ganga, Lokapavani, Lokapapa Vinasini, Mahama, so Ganga Devi. That's why sitting on the bank of the Ganga river, that Jagannatha Pandita with his wife, a Muslim wife, recited the Ganga Lahari 67 slokas. I wrote a book and I wrote an article also on Ganga Lahari. Beautiful poem. We should leave it. And when Ganga Devi was so pleased with Jagannatha Pandita and his wife, Muslim lady, daughter of the Maharaja, Muslim king, and then she agreed into her, and instantaneously she took them into her. So this is the story of Sagapuranam, Ganga Lahari program. So ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, when we look at all these things, we see that there is a lot of background for our Deepavali Utsavam, Balipadhyami and Maha Deepavali Amavasya, Naraka Chaturdasi and all that. And therefore, Yajurveda is also very important, because Sri Rama is Yajurveda Purusha and Samaveda, all these things. So I think I should recite the opening stanza of or mantra of the Yajurvedam Taittiriya Samhita, or even common with all Yajurveda recensions. Actually, we have got only 6 recensions of the Yajurveda, 4 for Krishna Yajurveda and 2 for Shukla Yajurveda. And so I have made a comparisons between Taittiriya Samhita and Madhurya Samhita. But anyway, all that is all the fortune that I have derived from past births, that I am able to have some knowledge about this Veda. So I am reciting Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Srinivas avare, Govind avare, heli
Yes, Gurule.
Om Ishetvorjvetva
Om Ishertvo Jetva. Om Ishertvo Jetva.
Vayavastho Payavastaha
Vayavasto Payavastaha. Vayavasto Payavastaha.
Devo Vassavita Devo Vas Devo
Devo Vassavita. Devo Vassavita. Yes, Gurule. Devo Vassavita.
Prarpayatu Shresthatamaya Karmane
Prarpayatu Shreshtatamaya Karmane. Prarpayatu Shreshtatamaya Karmane.
Apyayadvamagdriya
आप्यायध्वमग्निया आप्यायध्वमग्निया
Devabhagam
देवभागं देवभागं
Urjasvatihi Payasvatihi
ऊर्जस्वतीः पयस्वतीः ऊर्जस्वतीः पयस्वतीः
Prajavati Prajavatihi
प्रजावतीः प्रजावतीः
Anamiva Ayakshmaha
अनमीवा अयक्ष्माः अनमीवा अयक्ष्माः
Mavahastena Ishata
मा वस्तेन ईशत मा अवस्तेन ईशत
Maghajagumsaha
मा घषघं सः मा घषघं सः
Rudrasya Hetihi
रुद्रस्य हेतिः रुद्रस्य हेतिः
Parivo Vrunaktu
परिवो वृणक्तु परिवो वृणक्तु
Dhruva Asmin Gopatau Syata
ध्रुवा अस्मिन् गोपतौ स्यात् ध्रुवा अस्मिन् गोपतौ स्यात्
Bhakvihi Yajamanasya Pashun Pahi
बह्वीर्यजमानस्य पशून् पाहि बह्वीर्यजमानस्य पशून् पाहि
So this mantra is the summary of the entire Yajurveda theme. So because why you do Yajurveda, Adhyayanam, Parayanam, and then application and all that, just for food and prosperity.
Okay.
When people come into the world, what they want, they must be able to eat well, they must be able to work well and have a happy time.
Yes,
And
Guru.
so that's why Vayava, Vayavaha, Stha, and Upayavaha. This is the advantage that one has to make some distinction, some celebration, some glory. Because ಯಶೋ ಕೀರ್ತಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂಡ್ ಯಶೋ ಶರೀರವನ್ನು ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಟ್ ಶರೀರ ವಿಲ್ ಡೌನ್
Yes.
ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುಡ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸವಿತೃ ದೇವತಾ is important. Savitru Devata is sun god who is the provider of food, rain, snow, and all that which is required for for beings to exist in the world. But for sun, nobody can exist in this world. Therefore, Savitru Devata Prarpayatu, he has to fulfill all whatever requirements for the world and living upon the earth. And for that, what is that? Yajna is important. You have to be working. You can never be lazy. You should be working. Nakopi tisthati akarma krutu. Krishna said, when he said that, he means that everybody must be doing one or the other activity, positive or negative or otherwise. For example, horse is a grand example. You can never imagine a horse to remain standstill. So where you park your horses, that is called stable in English. Because stability is not there for horse, but when you park them at one place, you can have at least the running horses to stay stable. So, and what is that kind of yajna? It is called Sreshtatama Yakarmane. It is a karma, it is a yajna, it is effort, it is enterprise, it's a business. Best of all of us. See, best, Sreshta is best. You know, these days, all software engineers and the business people, when you call them, no, no, sorry, next, I'm in meeting. In 2 minutes, I will call you. 2 days it will be. And afterwards, if you demand explanation, no, no, there was continuous meetings. I could not remember you at all. So this is what it is. But yajna, answering the parents, answering that, Sreshtatama Yakarmane, down. The source for all that yajna is cow. So, Agniyaha, all you cows, Apyayadvam, remain pleased, remain happy, remain obliging to give milk for us. What is that milk? Milk is not for humans. Deva Bhagam. It is the share for the gods. You know, you remember that Venkatramana Swami inside the cave used to drink milk by the cow which came every day and gave him milk. In the story of Srinivasa Kalyanam, you observe the cow, and the
Yes, sir.
cow owner was very angry that it is becoming empty. So the story, you know, I don't want. So to say, it is called Deva Bhagam. And ಆ ಕೌಸ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಊರ್ಜಸ್ವತಿ ಪಯಸ್ವತಿ ಪ್ರಿಯಸ್ ಪ್ರಜಾವತಿ. And the cows are giving you plenitude of milk, plenitude of children, I mean cows. So now and then it should give more cows. So when the cows become mothers, fresh mothers, they give more milk afterwards. Looking at the calf, milk ತುಂಬ ಅದೇ ಹಂಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. One need not make any effort, because that's why sometimes the people who sort of eating, ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಕಾಫ್ ಹೊರಟೋದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕಾಫು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅದೇ ತಗೊಂಡು ಈ ಹುಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಡಮ್ಮಿ ಕಾಫು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಹಸುವಿಂದ ಹಾಲು ತಗೊತಾರೆ. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಸೀನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಓವರ್ ಅಯಕ್ಷ್ಮ, ಯಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಅಂದರೆ ರೋಗ, ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನು, ಡಿಸೀಸು, ಕ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಸಿಚುಯೇಷನು. ಆ ಹಸುಗಳಿಗೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ರುದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಶನ್ನೋ ಅಸ್ತು ದ್ವಿಪದೇ ಶಂ ಚತುಷ್ಪದೇ. ಚತುಷ್ಪದೇ ಅಂದರೆ ಗೋ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್. ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಿನ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋ, ಕೌ. ಸೊ ಈ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಿನ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ, ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಏತೇ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ ಸರ್ವೇ ಏತಾ ಏವ ದೇವಾ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣೇ ವಸಂತಿ ವೇದವಿದಂ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣಂ ದೃಷ್ಟ್ವಾ ನಮಸ್ಕುರ್ಯಾತ್. ಸೊ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇವತೆಗಳು ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಅಯಕ್ಷ್ಮಾ. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, ಅದು ಪರೋಪಕಾರ. ಸ್ಥೇನ ಈಶತ ಮಾವಹ, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಪಾಪಗಳನ್ನು, ಸ್ಥೇನ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಳ್ತನ, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಬ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಯು ಮೇ ಈವನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಟು ಶೇರ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಇಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಬನಾನಾ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಬನಾನಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ತುಂಬ ಕಡಿಮೆ. ಏನು ಹಸುವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಥೇನ ಅಂದರೆ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಸೆಲ್ಫಿಶ್ ಟು ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಅಂಥ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಅಗೈನ್ ಅಘಗುಂಸಃ. ಅಘ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಲ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿನ್ಸ್. ಸಿ ದಿನ ಪಾಪವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದು ಪಾಪ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇರೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ರುದ್ರಸ್ಯ ಹೇತಿ ಪರಿವೋ ವೃಣಕ್ತು. ರುದ್ರನ ಕತ್ತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಪಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ರುದ್ರ ಹೇತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವೋರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ರುದ್ರ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ವೀಲ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಸ್ವೋರ್ಡ್. ಆ ಸ್ವೋರ್ಡಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾಪಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು. ಸ್ವೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಡಯಾಗ್ನೋಸಿಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಶಸ್ತ್ರಚಿಕಿತ್ಸಾ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಶಸ್ತ್ರಪೂತ. ದುರ್ಗಾ ಸಪ್ತಸತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಕ್ಷಸರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಅಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ, ನಿನ್ನ ಕೈ ಬೆರಳದಿಂದ ಟಚ್ ಆಗಿರುವ ಶಸ್ತ್ರಗಳಿಂದ ಈ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಸಂಹಾರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ರಾಕ್ಷಸಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡೈಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ವೆಪನ್ಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಯುವರ್ ವೆಪನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟಚ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಮೋಕ್ಷ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಈವನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ರಾಕ್ಷಸಾಸ್ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಡನ್ ಇನ್ ದುರ್ಗಾ ಸಪ್ತತಿ. ಹಂಗೆ ಭದ್ರಸ್ಯ ಹೇತಿ ಪರಿವೋರ್ಣುಕ್ತು ಧ್ರುವ ಅಸ್ಮಿನ್ ಗೋಪತೌ ಸ್ಯಾತ. ಅಯ್ಯ ಮಹಾವಿಷ್ಣು ಯಜ್ಞಪತಿ, ನೀನು ಈ ಗೋಶಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನೀನು ವಾಸ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ. ಸೊ ಇವನ್ ಚಾಗಂಟಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಗೋಶಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ನೀವು ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಗೋಶಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ಡಬಲ್ ಫಲ ಅಂತ. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ದಿ ಫಾರ್ಚೂನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇನ್ ಗೋಶಾಲ ಅವರ್ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಲಹರಿ ಇನ್ ಮೆಮ್ಸಿಸ್ ಟೆನ್ನಿಸ್. ಹೋಗಿ 4 ವರ್ಷ ಇದ್ದು ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಲಹರಿ ಹೋಮ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಲಹರಿ ವರ್ಷ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ದೇವ್ರ ದಯ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ವೆಂಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಈವನ್ ಟುಡೇ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ವಿಟೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ to go to Memphis and perform the anniversary of Saundar Lahari. Every month they are doing, every now and then they are doing. ಅಂದರೆ ಗೋಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಾವಿಷ್ಣು ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಈಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ರ ಪರಿವೋರ್ಣಕ್ತು ಧ್ರುವಾಸ್ಮಿನ್ ಗೋಪತೌ ಸ್ಯಾತ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬಹ್ವೀ ಯಜಮಾನಸ್ಯ ಪಶೂನ್ ಪಾಹಿ. ಈ ಯಜಮಾನರ ಪುತ್ರರು ಕೂಡ ಪಶುಗಳೇ. Even the children of the sacrificer are also ಪಶುಸ್. ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ, ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ, ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಪಶುತ್ವವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾನವತ್ವವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಬೀಸ್ಟ್ ತರಹ ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಕಾಳಿದಾಸ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೇಣ ಪಂಡಿತಾ ಪುರುಷಾ ನಿಸರ್ಗಾದೇವ ಪಂಡಿತಾ ಸ್ತ್ರೀಯ ಅಂತ. ಸ್ತ್ರೀಯರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ವರ ಏನಂದರೆ, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಪಾಂಡಿತ್ಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಹೈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್, ಹೈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಅವರೇನು ಆಫೀಸ್ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ, ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಟಾಪ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಯಜಮಾನಸ್ಯ ಪಶೂನ್, ಇದೇನು ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಂಟೈರ್ entire Yajurveda. So I stop here. Om Swasti Saha. Chel Babu, Sahana.
Om Swasti Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Shri Vasudeva Ashirvadostu. Shri Veda Purusha Ashirvadostu. Om Tat Sat.
Very happy, at least you are there to be benefited. Of course, YouTube al barabodu.
Yes, Gule.
But your presence is really in.
Yeah. So if we can get today's recording, I can translate this and also send it to many people, because we recite regularly. ಈ ತೈತ್ರಿಯ ಸಂಹಿತೆದು ಕಾಂಡ 1, ಪ್ರಶ್ನ 1, ಅನುವಾಗ 1 ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ ಗುರುಳೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ರಿಸೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹೊರತು ಒಂದು 5 ಕಡೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು 100 people in my opinion with a paragraph. So I will try to prepare as early, because your message is so clear and very fresh in mind. I have noted down. I was ಅಮ್ಮನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ. So I said what a nice day today, and then luckily I came heavy rains and I came back home, and then we were able to be part of it, Gurule. What a wealth of information. You covered everything on such an auspicious day for many of us. Always my feeling also goes, why we don't find our time to be around. That is always a feeling. Anyway, but then it is coming on YouTube, hundreds and hundreds will follow, I'm sure.